Alright guys, we're doing more fucking Jak and Daxter, and this is Uwa Place, and let's see, I think we have enough power cells to fix her fucking bike. Kira, the bitch, you can see her underwear.
You can? Scandalous.
Yeah, you can see her underwear sticking up from the sides of her pants.
Oh, I mean, that's a cool look, but I've only ever seen it with a thong.
In the second and third game, yeah, you see girls with their thongs, like the sides of their thongs pulled up.
Sexy. Unironically a fan of that look. I know it's trashy, but I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. My dick wants it.
Judge, see if I fucking care.
Oh shit, that's right. I gotta go over there.
What we doing?
Oh, I forgot. We can't. We don't go to the fixing the bike thing yet.
I love the 5 lenses he has on his glasses.
Yeah.
All different sizes.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on? Oh, fuck you, you freak!
I'm gonna assume that he can, if he's like an inventor or a scientist, he might be able to flip them down to magnify things.
Well, he's a sage, and I don't know if they ever really allude to what that means.
I mean, a sage in real life is just someone who knows things.
Okay, so
it was just an old term for an educated person.
In this world, I'm pretty sure they're kind of like guardians in a sense.
Magic in some way or another.
Yeah, wise, very wise people. There's like 3 or 4 sages in the world.
Okay, I feel you. Ooh, right in the water. Thank God it doesn't kill you. Yes, the oh my God, the fucking motion. Oh, that was the most efficient form of swimming. Michael Phelps wishes he knew it.
Yeah, you fucking wish you knew it, bro. Fuck you. Fuck you and your family. Anyways, so I wanted to ask you, Pissy.
Yes, ask me.
If you had the opportunity for one day to bring back a lost loved one, friend, or pet, and you brought them back in the likeness of, you know, they weren't like on their deathbed.
They're not gonna be a zombie.
Yeah, no, like it's like a happy time when you remember them.
Huh.
You got to spend 24 hours with them.
Nice.
And then they are gone forever, and you'll never have that opportunity again.
Shit.
Would you take that opportunity?
I mean, that's a weird one. I gotta think about what the psychological implications are of that on a human being, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's not something anyone's had an ability to do before.
And I'm not talking about like a celebrity or historical figure.
Yeah,
like this is someone that was close to you.
Right, right.
Fuck you, you fucking god damn it.
Just coming at me with the hard questions, man. Half the time it's like, hey, do you eat ass? And now it's this. You're really switching it up on me here.
And people viewing this, leave a comment below and answer that question in the comments, please. Like, what's your take on it? If a family member or a friend or a pet that was part of your life at some point, you can bring them back for one day and one day only, and you can spend the entire time with them. Would you do it?
Yeah, I'd do it. Yeah.
Do you feel like sharing who it would be?
Yeah, it'd be my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would have to. It would be too weird of an opportunity to not do. And it's like, well, there's anything at all, you can do some shit there. I don't know how it would affect you going forward for the rest of your life, because it's such an out there concept, but yeah, I mean, I'd do it. Oh, getting fucking knocked off.
I actually think he didn't take health from me, which
it
is
didn't
weird.
look like he did. Maybe he just pushes you off that thing to be annoying.
Yeah, what a dick.
He does it very nicely, though. He doesn't want to hurt you, he just wants you to fall off a cliff.
He just kind of bonks you off.
Just give you a little bonk.
Just a little bonk.
What about you, Eric?
Oh, that hurt me.
Never mind, they can hurt. They can hurt. Oh my god, I can't see your head.
How am I gonna get changed back now?
Fucking selfish.
Yeah, for real.
Well, actually, no, I think that's pretty reasonable. Like, oh, my best friend died and I'm stuck as like this forever.
Of which there was still no explanation, I don't think. Oh, I mean, vaguely. Like they said it was evil eco.
He fell in the dark eco, yeah.
He was a person, wasn't he?
Yep.
And now he's a fucking
weasel?
weasel?
Just like Jak. They're actually called Otzels. I don't know when they say that. I don't even know if they say that in this game. But they are, yeah, it's a species called Otzels.
Okay, alright. I'll roll with it. Are the other Otzels also intelligent, or are they just animals?
I honestly actually don't know. I'm not even saying that just to, like, not spoil anything. Ha! Cool, you got stuck on a box, dumbass.
I thought it killed you when you jumped up there. Honestly did.
Yeah, so, I know this isn't nearly the same level of emotional severity as you saying that you would hang out with your dad.
We're not going to sit here and compare emotional severity. That's a stupid fucking thing to do.
But I mean, I will admit, I have not had to deal with too much loss in my life. I mean, I did lose my grandfather in, I think 2010. But I mean, I wasn't very close with him, and like it had gotten to the point to where like I saw him and my grandma
just collapsed.
Like maybe once a year.
Yeah,
like
it's just not a person you're close with. Right?
It absolutely devastated my mom.
Oh yeah,
of course,
understandable.
He and it was just very out of the blue. He died of a heart attack.
Yeah,
but
sudden.
Okay, so I cry very easily.
Pussy.
Okay, so I turned off play hints because play hints, whenever you like collect something for the first time, it plays this really obnoxiously long cutscene, and I didn't want that.
Yeah, no.
So now I don't know what the red eco does. I'm just gonna assume that it makes me like stronger or something like that.
I'm gonna assume it's just fine as he's snorting lines of cocaine.
I don't know what this does, but it makes me feel so fucking pumped! Yeah! But yeah, I cry very easily, and I actually don't think I cried when I found out that he died until we were at the funeral, and I was watching my grandmother, like when it was finally her turn to like walk up to the casket at the what is it, the
wake?
The wake or the memorial? No, the
memorial service, wake, funeral, whatever you called it. They're all kind of the same thing.
It was when I saw her walk up to it, and I was like, to see this like frail old woman who the man she was married to for over 50 years.
Fucking Christ, can't even fucking imagine.
They first started dating when they were like 16, I think, and he died when they were both 75. So like, that's fucking crazy right there.
A long, I mean, that they were married about twice as long as we've been alive.
Yeah. So seeing her go up to the casket and just seeing her just like devastated, and I was like, this is getting me.
Here it comes.
That's when the waterworks happened for me, and then I think I cried another time when I was like, because that's when I still lived at home, and I was like standing with my mom in the kitchen, and it was like for the first 2 weeks she would cry every single night, just bawl her eyes out. And,
death is not nearly as sad as the effect death has on people around them.
Several times it made me start crying just to see her emotional. And I wouldn't even say that like I didn't cry because I'm heartless or numb. I just was like trying to stay strong, and I was also I mean, I was 18, so I mean I was fairly aware of the concept that like people die and you have to let go. And it's not like he died when he was like 40 or 50. I mean, he was 75. So I mean, granted, you still have some more life to live.
But it's realistic to die there. It's not unexpected.
Yeah, I mean,
even if you didn't, there honestly wasn't going to be an enormous amount of time left after that.
Yeah, you still lived a life.
Yeah.
Granted, yeah, it was cut shorter than most people would want it to be, even though I've come to the terms with like, if I'm 75 and I have to be in like a nursing home,
just fucking slit my throat.
Yeah, I will find a way to kill myself. Trust me. Oh, that's where Daxter fell in. Oh. Yeah, I was the question of would you bring someone back came to me yesterday when I was driving around, and I was just thinking about my dog, Scratch, and I had that dog from when we got him as a puppy when he was 11. I raised his mom and dad, and then they had puppies, and then they had Scratch, and
I literally cannot imagine Scratch as a puppy.
Oh,
because all the time I'd known him, he was a fucking huge-ass dog.
Oh, hold on, pause the episode real quick.
Fuck. Oh, he's so tiny. He's still fluffy as shit, though, despite, like, he still looks like Scratch.
Yeah, we got him as a little puppy, and I was 11 years old, and he lived all the way until he was 11 or I think 11 and a half. Or no, he was like he had just turned 11 or just turned 12. I forget which. But it wrecked me. Like, I was at a music festival, and I got a phone call from Zane, and he was like, dude, where are you right now? And I was like, oh, I'm at Riot Fest in Chicago. And he was like, Scratch just got hit by a car. And I couldn't hear him that well. And I was like, wait, what? What did you say? Hold on. And I like walked away from some people, and I was like, all right, say that again. He's like, Scratch got hit by a car. And like, you know that like stomach drop feeling you get when you get some bad news? I had never felt it stronger in my entire life than that. And it just stabbed into my stomach, and I'm dead. And I was like, you're not fucking with me, right? And he was like,
yeah, fucked up thing to joke about.
I mean, yeah, but that's still something where you're just like, I hope you're fucking with me. And he was like, no, I'm really sorry to say this, but Scratch is dead. And
have fun at your festival.
I just immediately broke down, and I had to call my parents, and I was like, so I had rode there with someone else. So I had no way of getting home on my own. So I had to call my parents, and they had to drive all the way up to the city to pick me up. And I just cried the entire way home. So we got home, and man, this is gonna make me get emotional. So we got home, or me and my parents got to my house, and we walked into the kitchen, and like everyone who lives here was here. As well as like a bunch of friends, and like they were all just standing in the kitchen silent because like they knew that like,
right, what do you say there?
Yeah, like dude, like
there's no hey Eric, how's it going in that situation.
And so as I walk in, like one of my friends, I think it might have been Zane, he like is like walking up with his arms out like to hug me, and he was like, dude, I'm so sorry. And I was like, immediately, I was just like, where is he? Where the fuck is he? And they put him on the picnic table in the back patio, and they like surrounded his body with candles.
I thought you were gonna say beer cans, which honestly would have made sense for Zane.
And I've only seen my dad cry, I think, maybe 2 or 3 times in my life, and that was one of them.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Because my parents were very attached to that dog. Like he was the favorite dog that we had ever had, or that they had ever had, in their entire lives, and we've had a lot of dogs. And me, my parents, all 3 of us were just like bawling our eyes out. I think that was like probably the saddest experience in my life.
Yeah, I mean, understandably so.
And like I said, like I know that there are people who have experienced, I mean, like the loss of a pet, like a lot of people are just like, that's part of life. And I had totally acknowledged
the loss of anything is part of life, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. You could argue the loss of a child is not part of life. And that's just something unfortunate that happens to some people. That one might be true, but any loss is a loss. That doesn't invalidate the feeling of it. That doesn't make any fucking sense, you know?
Exactly, yeah. How do we get over here with the fucking blue? Oh, maybe I need to collect 2 of them.
Typical.
Go up there.
Typical. No matter what you do, it's not good enough, for fuck's sake.
Glad you don't have lives in this game.
Yeah, that'd be bad. I'm also glad we don't have loading screens.
Yeah. So... yeah, that was... so I was thinking about that yesterday, and I was just like... I forgot, I don't even know what reminded me of it, but I was just thinking, like... if I could bring Scratch back for a day, would I do it? And, I don't know if I can actually answer that question. I can't even answer my own question, because... like, he... for a Chow his size and his breed, living to 11 was like...
He was a big fucker.
That was pretty much getting up to like the end of his lifespan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
No tutorial.
Yeah.
It's just...
Figure it out. Must be part of those hints you turned off.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. I needed to like figure out what buttons do what. So yeah, I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't know if I would want to bring him back, because like I would have to get over losing him all over again, and I would probably just be like crying the whole day.
Yeah, it wouldn't be so great if it wasn't, you know.
Because you know it's not forever.
Right.
You know it's like this is going to end after 24 hours.
But conversely, you've had the opportunity to process it and understand it, and that's something I've always heard and noticed with people, that like when you know a loved one is going to die, you know, it's a terminal illness or something, it seems that on average, and again, this is just from my personal experience, life experience, and people that I know that this has happened to, you tend to be able to handle a little better because you know it's coming and you've kind of processed it yourself anyway. Yeah. Whereas in this situation, like, you would know it's just a day, so you might be able to, you know, figure it out better. But again, that's all just personal and how anyone would handle it, you know? Yeah. It would be an individual thing.
Oh, then we gotta go back up again and jump off the other way to get that power cell.
Thank God we have this hover bike or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, thank God someone put that there for us.
I'm assuming it's what's-her-face. Isn't this what we were trying to fix for?
Well, no, this ain't her bike. Oh. And this is also like Misty Island. It's like the island. Fuck! The island specifically with like a bunch of bad guys.
Oh, right, yeah, in the intro, yeah.
Yeah. So why this is there and just available for me and not locked or like, you know,
left his keys in the ignition. That's why you never do that, guys.
Sweet. Yeah, it's weird for me too, because like my dad has lost a lot of friends, like, you know, even just a few years ago, he lost a friend that he had been friends with like since grade school. And I think my mom told me, because this is after I moved out, so I wasn't home when I found out about this, but I think my mom said that he cried briefly for it. I don't think he cried when my mom's father died. He cried. I'm getting super real on this fucking episode.
Yeah, for real, guys. We're just dropping this on you. Hope you weren't looking to laugh.
One time, me and my dad got into a fist fight when he was drunk, and he apparently cried the next morning because he was so intoxicated that he remembered the night completely differently than, like, he wasn't remembering the night correctly. So he thought that his son just like attacked him, and he was emotionally distraught because of that.
Yeah, I'll do that to you.
Even though I'm not going to get into why we got into a fist fight.
Oh, come on, Eric. It's our right to know.
It definitely wasn't, I just got into a fight with him. It was a lot more to that story than that. But yeah, my dad's only cried a couple times, and I think that like solidified the emotional severity for Scratch dying to me, because I was like, it made my dad cry. And like, he evidently only has a finite amount of crying sessions in his life.
Only a few tears choked up in there. He's got to use them sparingly.
Yeah, very sparingly.
Yeah, no, yeah. You see something affect somebody else, especially somebody you don't expect to see affected by it. That shit'll happen. You know, obviously in a fictional world, but I've seen that in movies and shit where you have a character who's all very stoic and whatever, and then when you see them get emotional over something, I mean, directors will use that as their way of like, look, this is significant. Even the person who never is upset, you know? And the reason for that, it happens in real life.
Yep, that is true.
Well, on that depressing note, want to come back with a brand new, excitable, happy, fun attitude in the next episode?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, guys!
Let's just talk about nothing but, like, terminal cancer.
Yeah.